and sound of Texas Speed, the weekly television series of Texas Auto Sports. Brought to you by Diamond Shamrock for all you need. Just pull in wherever you see the 3 diamond sign. And Pennzoil, performance, protection, quality. Texas Speed Auto Sports News.
Hello, race fans. After 3 long weeks, the rain finally relented on July 4th weekend, and racing exploded out of the starting gates at racetracks everywhere in Texas. Big 8 Speedway in Houston returned with a vengeance on Saturday, July 3rd, with nearly 130 cars competing in 4 different classes on the dirt track oval. Gary Rollo returned 11th in points, but took the lead to win the Big 8 Speedway late model division ahead of Alan Drury and Willie Veach. In the IMCA modified division, a bad starter switch forced points leader Ronnie Shelby to the back of the pack in the final event. Shelby moved quickly to the front 4 and finished 4th overall. David McKinney, in only his 4th IMCA race, finished 1st, and in the stocks, veteran Harry Rushing won the main feature. The TIDA roared back into action last Saturday at Sooner International Raceway in Altus, Oklahoma. The rain-imposed time off didn't take the edge off of points leader David Umscheid, as he held off former TIDA late model winner Keith Riefmeyer and 2-time champion Slick Yeomans to win the 50-lap Independence weekend feature. Keith Riefmeyer took 2nd, followed by 2-time champ Slick Yeomans for 3rd, with Greg Spreen and Jimmy Spiller of Austin taking 4th and 5th respectively. In the TIDA late model point standings through July 3rd, David Umscheid from Cedar Park leads the pack with 84 points. Slick Yeoman follows in 2nd. 3rd is Keith Riefmeyer. 4th is San Antonio's Tommy Grimes. And 5th is Austin's Jimmy Spiller. The TIDA will run a rescheduled rain date at San Antonio Speedway July 10th, and then will appear at Austin's Longhorn Speedway July 17th.
Texas International Drivers Association champion Slick Yeomans knows what it's like to be on top. And earlier this season, he knew what it was like to have to go back to the drawing board. This Corpus Christi native has been racing since he could sit in the driver's seat and touch the gas pedal. He has an aggressive style and a no-nonsense attitude, especially when it comes to taking control of a race. He'll sneak up on you in a turn, dive beneath you, and take off for points unknown down the track, leaving you in the dust. So far, the 90s have definitely been his decade, but 1993 in particular probably won't be what the champion might describe as his perfect year. In fact, it's been a topsy-turvy year for the man in the black and red number 24. After coming off back-to-back championships in 1991 and 1992, Yeomans missed the first race of the 1993 season at Texas World Speedway due to engine problems. He and the crew worked until 2 a.m. the night before the race. But in the dead of night with an unfinished engine, they knew they couldn't make it. At the time, he wasn't too worried. In fact, he was eager to get back on the track.
Well, this car that we have now is a new design Dillon car, and I was really impressed with it. I really wanted to bring it down here because I felt like it had been faster than the one we had last year, but you know, you never know. It's what you think and what happens is 2 different things. But you know, we'll find out in Altus. If it runs like the old car did in Altus, well, I think we'd be real strong.
So with his sights set on Oklahoma, Yeomans headed back to his home base in High Point, North Carolina, to finish off his engine and hone his race strategy. The second stop on this year's TIDA Tour brought the 41-year-old Texan to the only asphalt track in Oklahoma with a new car and a new engine in tow. He got his car tuned up and on the track and ran some pretty impressive practice laps.
Well, it felt real good. We didn't make the first race, but we're here in Altus, and we got a new car, new fit equipment, new truck, new trailer, the same driver and same crew, and them guys did a hell of a job during the winter months, and I'm real happy with it. I think we got a lot of improvement to make. We ran real well the first night, so I'm real happy with it.
But when it came time to qualify, the engine gremlins came back and stripped the champion of another chance to earn some points.
Well, we had a lot of brake problems yesterday, and we worked on it last night, and what I got to run this morning, the car felt real good. I was, you know, just kind of rolling it through the corners, but felt like we had the brakes back on underneath the car. So, you know, I felt good about the car, just one of them things, you know.
Down, but not defeated, Yeomans packed up again and headed back to High Point. Any other driver faced with no points going into the 3rd week of the racing season might have lost their fighting edge, but not Slick. This rough and tough driver wasn't about to call it quits. He and the crew threw all their extra time into the car, getting it ready for the next races to come. And so far, that hard work and grim determination has paid off. Now, with a win under his belt and a strong point standing, the champ is looking forward to his next few races with even more determination. Within the month, Slick hopes to have a new engine in his car that will pull him past his competition and into the winner's circle. But Slick gives a lot of the credit for his success to his crew.
Yeah, you know, and these guys have been with me for a long time, and they know what I want. Even though they live 1,300 miles away, they can pretty well get the car like I want it before I ever get here, which that's a real big plus for us. But I'm real happy with the car. They've done a good job.
And there isn't any racing without sponsors. They make it all happen.
There's a lot of people out there, or corporate people, that you know, could get involved in this and, you know, to get their name out in front of the public.
And drivers have been known to do just about anything to keep their sponsors happy. Watch this.
As quiet as we can.
Beat it up, wasn't it? I depend on Diamond Shamrock for quality. Just a second.
Okay.
You know, whenever I'm on the road, I know I can find all I need at Diamond Shamrock. I count on Diamond Shamrock for quality brands like Pennzoil.
America's most asked for motor oil, giving you outstanding performance, protection, and quality. Diamond Shamrock has the Pennzoil product that's right for your vehicle.
For all you need, just pull in wherever you see the 3 diamond sign.
Put Diamond Shamrock and Pennzoil on your team for performance, protection. Texas Speed Auto Sports News. Racing competition news from one end of the Southwest to the other.
Hello, race fans. Slick Yeomans and the Keys Brothers racing team finally broke a self-proclaimed jinx at San Antonio Speedway July 10th. The TIDA Thunderbird led from the start and continued to lead all 50 laps of the feature to the delight of nearly 5,000 fans.
We've been battling this track for the last 2 or 3 times we've been down here. And I mean, this is like winning the Daytona 500 as far as I'm concerned. I've run some pretty good laps early, and then I kind of settled down. We were a little on the loose side, and I didn't want to burn the tires off of it. But I was using the traffic. It was pretty wide, you know. But John drove me a good, clean race.
John Kelly, who finished second, was extremely competitive in the second half of the race and kept Yeomans' eyes on the rearview mirror. David Umscheid finished fourth, but retained his lead in the season points. Keith Reithmeyer of Hutto, Texas, finished sixth at the San Antonio Speedway event and moved into third in season points. Here's a look at the current Texas International Drivers Association late model season points ranking. David Umscheid in first, followed by Slick Yeomans, Keith Reithmeyer, Tommy Grimes, John Kelly, and Greg Davidson. Next up, the TIDA will run at Austin's Longhorn Speedway July 17th. Next week, the fastest and only asphalt touring series in the Southwest. The TIDA late models fly at over 130 miles per hour at San Antonio Speedway. Slick Yeomans continues to chase David Umscheid for a 3rd season championship, while John Kelly and Keith Reithmeyer close the distance in their bid for first 2. See it all on Texas Speed.
Brought to you by Diamond Shamrock for all you need. Just pull in wherever you see the 3 diamond sign. And Pennzoil, performance, protection, quality. The tightest turns in Texas. Austin's Longhorn Speedway has challenged stock car drivers since April of 1960. And many a great ones at that, including A.J. Foyt, Bobby Allison, Terry Labonte, and Freddie Fryer. Today, the tight quarter-mile asphalt features local stock car racing every Saturday night of race season. Texas Speed and its cameras chose this weekend to videotape for the first time to celebrate another big race for the powerful TIDA series. Longhorn Speedway is the home track for TIDA season points leader David Umscheid and the number 52 car owner Jimmy Spiller. The Austin area is also called home by Keith Reithmeyer and young rookie Mark Prodimski. And a big challenge from Slick Yeomans. Twice TIDA champion in 91 and 92 awaits them all as the Texas International Drivers Association lines up for a long, hot summer's night of mean streets racing. Chasing a win here with almost road course conditions will have many teams frustrated and pressured by the need to win as the season begins to close. Austin race fans are charged. You will be too. Stay with Texas Speed. Austin's Longhorn Speedway, where dreams begin. The 33-year-old Speedway has seen the likes of A.J. Foyt and Terry Labonte and other Texas favorites like Freddie Fryer and Ricky Ware Jr. Year after year, season upon season, the young racers come to test their wills, fight the tight turns, and try to go home in one piece. It's been that way for hundreds and hundreds of drivers since the 1960s. The adrenaline rush and the close-to-your-head pounding of bumper battling seems to only grow more popular. The skill that comes with every turn, every pass, and every lap builds your confidence and gives you that desire to do more and go faster. The speed gets into you, and you want to push it further in search of even faster times. All around you are the same minds with the same desires to push beyond safety, then to find the groove on the track that puts you in front of everybody else and gets you to first place. Everyone in the stands watches you run. Everyone on the track tries to push you aside. They're ready to help you gain experience the hard way. And no matter how good things are going for someone else, the racetrack is saying anything can happen, and it does. The only surprise is there is no surprise. You know you're going through rites of passage. Everyone does if they want to get that moment in the sun. And when you make that lap with the flag in your hand, you share the joys and sorrows of all those that came before you. But racing always builds for the future, and you're always learning and planning for your competitive future. That's why people all over Texas are lining up to see the future of their sport. Because when the Texas International Drivers Association late models come to your favorite track, you're seeing the fastest asphalt competition series in the Southwest. These powerful race cars run at over 175 miles per hour on Texas World Speedway. On a shorter track, they fight to keep it under 120 miles per hour, twice the normal freeway speed. In most cases, they run this fast only inches apart. There's a lot of trust in the performance level of these cars, and especially in those who pilot them. Cedar Park's David Umscheid has made 1993 a big year, full of promise and accomplishment. He's running in a great car built by the Spiller Racing Team, and he certainly knows Austin's Longhorn Speedway. Umscheid has probably run more fast laps in his career on this racing surface than anywhere else, but plenty of other TIDA Series competitors can make a claim very close to that, especially Keith Riethmeyer from nearby Hutto, Texas, who literally cut his racing teeth at Longhorn Speedway. John Kelly of Lavernia has run this track while winning 2 TIDA season championships. 18-year-old Mark Radimski in number 39, another member of the Hutto Racing Gang, has followed this man's track prints a many a night. Keith Riethmeyer has led a many a lap in Austin. Greg Spreen, number 81 from Alamo, Texas, drives all across Texas to be a part of this very fast company. Austin's Jimmy Spiller builds, owns, and races TIDA late models with the best of them. Tommy Grimes has pursued a top spot with TIDA as hard as anyone. He's trained his eyes on the top dogs and puts the pressure on them every chance he gets. He wants to be his own top dog, like Slick Yeomans, who's had every experience obtainable in racing from top to bottom, good or bad.
I was spun out, I won, I got beat, but years ago, we used to run here on Friday night, and I run in Corpus on Saturday night, and me and Keith used to, Riethmeyer, used to, have some real good races here. I've had a lot of fun here. I love to run this track.
And run at that. Yeomans is chasing a season championship for the 3rd year in a row. The week before brought a crucial win in San Antonio.
Well, we just needed to win at San Antonio. We hadn't won there since we've been running the TIDA series in San Antonio, and I've run there a lot and won a lot of races there, but for some reason we just couldn't get our act together. But I think now that we got that one over with, now we can concentrate on just trying to finish out the season and have some good finishes.
There's a good finish in your future, too. A chance to stay at the Windmill Inn and see Winston Cup Series racing at Phoenix International Raceway. Details are coming on Texas Speed.
Watch Texas Speed. It's hot.
The Texas International Drivers Association late models return to Twin Cities Speedway in Midland, Odessa, Saturday, July 31st, where David Umscheid of Cedar Park, Texas, broke his own track record with a 13.743 qualifying time. When the feature began, it was defending points leader Slick Yeomans who dominated the race for 17 laps until sliding into a spun-out car, putting Yeomans out until lap 48. Umscheid had to fight to hold his lead against San Antonio's Tommy Grimes, beating Grimes across the line by half a car length. Umscheid regained his points lead over Yeomans, with Odessa's Mike Bull taking 3rd in the race, followed by Spiller and Odessa's Stacy Bradley. The TIDA is scheduled to return to San Antonio Speedway August 14th for a 100-lap event.
Austin's Longhorn Speedway fans are among the most loyal and excited fans in Texas for stock car racing. They root loudly for their local heroes, and they pack the stands in Austin every Saturday night. And they really come out for the super speeds of the super late models of TIDA. These road warriors go faster than the eyes can believe on Austin's fastest stretch of asphalt. The show of strength and speed of the dozens and dozens of TIDA professional late model stock cars is impressive. In mid-season, one of the TIDA's most noticeable members is David Umscheid. The white streaking flash with the blue number 52 is the one to beat and the one to challenge. And Umscheid leads the point standings.
This is a home track for you. Do you feel like this is a fairly solid situation where you can really take advantage of the opportunity?
Well, I hope that's the way it turns out. We were a little off when we got here. The track was a little slow for everybody for the times we've been getting. But we made some major changes and got in the ballpark, so we feel pretty good right now. Brakes play a big role here, probably more so than any of the other tracks we go to. Really, you get in the corner hard, use the brakes hard, and early in the race, you have to concentrate on getting off of them as quick as possible and let the cars kind of roll through the middle, so you'll have something left at the end.
How do you work traffic here since it is so tight and more of a road racing condition?
Well, if your car's really good, you can get them on the outside, but it usually doesn't turn out that way. You get up there in the marbles and you don't get much, so you try to set them up usually get in a little high behind them and drive off under them coming off and move them up.
Russ Martin, the voice of the TIDA series, introduces the well-known and the new names and faces for the Longhorn Speedway crowd. These are all Texas favorites. The thousands of miles traveled every year by the TIDA drivers and their crews is endured by them because the fans give so much excitement and enthusiasm back to them. And this series following is still growing in the 6th year of TIDA late model history. The sounds of power and speed light up the crowd and fill the night with raw energy. The big event has begun. Number 48, Jay Watson of Midland, Odessa, pushes alongside San Antonio's Tommy Grimes as they begin the 75-lap feature. Watson has one win under his belt this season. Grimes is looking for his first. But close behind runs a hungry pack of contenders to the front runners. Grimes finished second to Watson at Twin City Speedway earlier this season, and Watson knows that the number 22 Grand Prix was tough to defend, and he'll be even tougher tonight. Down the front straightaway, the hometown teams of number 49 Riethmeyer and number 52 Umscheid fly past the packed grandstands with the hard pressure of the number 24 Keys Brothers Thunderbird threatening every mile per hour of the way. Behind the leaders, number 52 and number 24 still battle for the season title as Jay Watson thunders ahead in first place. Traffic in these turns is murderously slow if you're trying to move up a notch. Riethmeyer's number 49 six-cylinder is beginning to look slower as the 8-cylinder number 52 Lumina and the Thunderbird 8 claw at his rear bumper. Only number 48 has a clear view of the track. All the other drivers see is an endless movement of the rear of the car in front of them. The number 48 Olds Cutlass, in its first season of existence, has been beautiful to watch. But number 49 and number 52 with number 24 close by are lean and mean with their own power. They plan to chase Watson down like a pack of wolves, hungry enough to rip his car in two. Number 22 Grimes is building a game plan to chase past number 48 Watson, knowing that with so little room in the turns, the only way around is by forcing Watson to move over. Number 69, Joe Bumpers, has been unable to keep up, and now the leaders are skidding underneath Bumpers, the driver, ready to aim their front end bumpers at the target in front of them. The fans are loving it, and the majority of Austin fans are pulling for the Quick Lube 49 with Keith Riethmeyer at the steering wheel. He's been voted one of its most popular drivers of the decade. But winning a popularity contest isn't in Jay Watson's brain pattern right now. He's only involved in winning and staying out in front. But points leader Umscheid in number 52 is brewing with high-octane anticipation. And number 24 Yeomans has plans too. Stay tuned for more action from Austin on Texas Speed. Good friends and companions off the track, but deadly serious competitors on the asphalt. Number 24 Yeomans and number 52 Umscheid are holding nothing back. This little tap on the rear bumper is one good driver telling another that he's ready and itching to move ahead, and he's got the horsepower to back it up. Umscheid knows how strong the Thunderbird is, and he knows that if he's going to be able to run to the finish and find a win, he can't let Yeomans pass him. But as the laps pile up and time moves by, things will happen and can change every strategy. Jimmy Spiller's number 58, counterpart to number 52 Umscheid, has found a parking spot in turn 4, not on purpose, just one of those things that happen. Deciding to go for it, number 22 Grimes moves up to the high side and quickly finds Riethmeyer sipping inside turn 2. but Grimes holds him off and speeds ahead in the back straightaway, using the close turning space to block off Revved's attempt to pass him. Behind them, Yeomans in 24 and Umscheid in 52 continue to bang, scrape, push, and shove each other in a dark alley of frustration. It isn't going to get any nicer either. Grimes in 22 continues to chase Watson and pulls up on the turn only to watch Watson fly away in the straightaways. This is where philosophies are challenged on how you set up your car to run. Do you stay loose enough to control the turns or tight enough to gain ground on straight runs? Or do both? Now, as the final laps roll by, Yeomans grows impatient. His taps warn Umscheid to make room or things could get rough. Watson and Grimes are doing their own dance with danger for first. Now, Yeomans is going for the pass. His season rides on this move to get from second to first and a chance to gather in another championship. The crowd shouts as Yeoman pushes ahead of Umscheid and crowds Revved. This is gonna get ugly. Yeomans has powered around Umscheid and flown through the straightaway, and in turn 2, he's going to give Revved as little room as possible as they blast down the back straightaway and into turn 4, where Yeomans has grabbed third. Apparently, Revved gets too close in, and in his haste to move around Bill Pratt, heads into the soft asphalt, better known as the dirt. Now, Yeomans in second stares with the eyes of a cobra at the helmet of Tommy Grimes, the last obstacle to overcome as he goes a little too deep inside the track. Grimes knows he can win, but he's got to withstand all the challenges of this champion Thunderbird team. And the war of nerves breaks his concentration just enough so that Grimes fails to negotiate around an oil spot in turn 1. It's a major headache for everyone. The seconds wear away as Grimes is returned to the front for the final restart. Umscheid has fallen out of the race with another in a season of tire failures, only to return in last place. Yeomans is going to finish ahead of Umscheid and pick up the first place season points. But Grimes, with all the sweat and all the pain, is going to win tonight in Austin.
Tommy, congratulations. Really, really big race for you tonight.
Yeah, it really feels good to win it. A lot of hard work paid off. We had a lot of bad luck. It turned out good for us. Jay was strong. He had some trouble. Slick was there, but I just drove my own race and didn't let him, worry me.
My car was good. I mean, them guys pit crew did a super job getting it ready for this race, and we got hung up in traffic early, and it took me a while to get up toward the front. But man, the car couldn't have been any better. I was having a little bit of brake problems, and it occurred, and then the brakes would be fine. But Tommy drove a heck of a race, and I was pressing him pretty hard, and he didn't buckle a bit. He just kept right on going.
With a second place finish here tonight, and Umscheid falling out to the back, that means you believe you've now moved into first place with season points. Is that correct?
Well, I guess so. I hate to see that for David. I mean, I'd rather beat him on the racetrack than have problems like that, but it could happen to us too.
Slick had a better car at least through the middle a whole lot better, and then we had that tire going down, and Tommy was holding him up, so we kind of run with him for a while, but we come in and put another tire on it.
Hey racers, Phil Whipple here with the Revved Up Sports Show. For the past year, you've heard us talking about our partners over at Generation Race Cars. I'm proud to say they're back again this year, and they're off to a great start. Generation Race Cars, located in Springtown, Texas, continues to offer new chassis body combos all the way to turnkey sport mods and limited modifieds. All cars are built the same as you've seen in Victory Lane with drivers like Alex Hickam, Jeff Shepard, and Dean Abbey. All customers are valued and treated equally, so why not join the winning team? Justin Long is committed to giving each and every customer the time they deserve, along with a commitment to bring quality into every build. If you're ready to join the team, give the guys over at Generation Race Cars a call today at 817-528-2947. You put a lot into your racing program, so why not take it to Victory Lane with Team GRC?